It's been 3 months since the Renters' Rights Act really started shaking things up in the UK. We're finally seeing how these massive changes are hitting the ground.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. Everyone was braced for impact, but the reality on the street is a mix of relief for tenants and some serious stress for landlords.
The big one everyone was talking about was the end of Section 21 no fault evictions. Has that actually changed the dynamic between landlords and tenants yet?
It definitely has. Tenants feel a lot more secure knowing they won't just get a notice for no reason. But we're seeing landlords get much pickier with their initial screening processes now.
That makes sense. If you can't easily end a tenancy, you're going to be way more careful about who you let in the door in the first place, right?
Exactly. It's unintended consequences one in one. The barrier to entry for people with lower credit scores or non traditional incomes seems to be getting even higher than it was before.
And what about the bidding wars? The act was supposed to stop that frantic over offering that was making the news every other week.
The ban on rental bidding has definitely calmed the visible chaos. Landlords can't ask for more than the listed price, but it hasn't actually lowered the rents themselves.
So instead of a price war, it's just a race to be the first person to click apply when a listing goes live.
Pretty much. Demand is still way higher than supply. So while you aren't paying £500 over the asking price, you're still competing with 50 other people for one flat.
We heard so much doom and gloom about landlords selling up and leaving the market entirely. Are we seeing a mass exodus 3 months in?
There's definitely a segment of accidental landlords who've decided it's just not worth the hassle anymore. The new regulations and the tax changes are a double whammy for them.
But the professional investors are staying, or are they just pivoting their strategies to different types of properties?
The big players are sticking around, but they're being more strategic. They're looking at higher yield areas to offset the increased costs of compliance and the new ombudsman fees.
Let's talk about the right to request a pet rule. That was a huge talking point for a lot of people who felt trapped in pet free rentals.
It's been a game changer for morale, but landlords can still ask for insurance to cover potential damage. It's a fair middle ground that seems to be working okay so far.
It feels like the power dynamic has shifted, but the fundamental problem of there not being enough houses hasn't really been touched by this legislation.
That's the core issue. You can change the rules of the game as much as you want, but if there aren't enough seats at the table, someone's always going to lose out.
The new digital database for landlords was another big pillar of the Act. Is that actually up and running effectively, or is it a bit of a mess?
It's still in the teething phase. A lot of landlords are struggling with the tech, and there's a bit of confusion about what needs to be uploaded and when.
I bet the administrative burden is a shock to people who just wanted a passive income stream from a spare property.
It really is. Being a landlord is becoming a much more active, professional role. The days of just handing over the keys and forgetting about it are long gone.
Looking ahead to the next 6 months, do you think things will settle down, or are we in for more volatility as these rules bed in?
I think we'll see more court cases as people test the new grounds for possession. The legal system is going to be the real bottleneck for a while.
It sounds like we're in for a long transition period. It's not just a one and done change, it's a total cultural shift in how we think about renting.
Absolutely. It's the biggest shakeup in 30 years. We're only just starting to see the true shape of the new rental market.